and retailers by a total of over $40 billion. Consumers will bear the brunt of the extra cost from tariffs with an estimate of nearly $30 billion. That totals to around $132 per shopper. NBA legend Wilt Chamberlain's custom supercar is now up for auction. Lisa Carton with details.
The Basketball Hall of Famer had a kit car custom built to his specifications. The 1986 Searcher 1 was developed by Lincar, a British racing company. The vehicle was extended for Chamberlain to fit his large frame so he could drive it on the road and see out of it comfortably. The luxury ride is now being sold by Julian's Auctions and is available to bid on until November 6th.
Kyle Larson is celebrating a NASCAR Cup Series championship. The driver of the number 5 car finished third in the final race of the season in overtime from Phoenix Raceway to secure the title. It's his second career title after winning it all in 2021. Rob Martier, NBC News Radio.
NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda, sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters1932.org.
All right, good evening. Welcome to the Farron Dozier Show on KCAA Radio, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. Also streaming from the KCAA Radio.com website and MBRradio.us. We got to bless the show before we get started. Let's go. When I was in my mother's womb, I had a calling on my life to do something in the glory of God and marry it like a wife. Commit myself to his word and never be led astray. And when it's all over, when he comes, I'll be glad to see that day in the morning time. All right, good evening. Welcome to the Farron Dozier Show on KCAA Radio, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. Also, streaming from the KCAA Radio.com website, the station leaves no listener behind. Oh, check this out. I just noticed tonight when I came into the station and I clicked on KCARadio.com, we on the air at 4 a.m. on the rerun. So you get to listen to the rerun from last week in the morning at 4 a.m. and then catch us live at 8 p.m. in the nighttime hour. 4 a.m.? We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
I love it. I love it. I mean, you think about that, right? 2 times a day.
2 times a day?
Right.
Who's
all the guests gonna love that.
Who's awake? Who's listening? Who's
I love
awake?
it. I love it.
All right, so check this out. Oh yeah, you are, of course. Also, if you got to get out of your car, make sure you go to KCARadio.com on your device, or go download the app. Yep, KCA Radio's got an app as well. And then but that way you can check out all the other podcasts and talk shows on the network. You can catch me on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. on the Military Broadcast Radio Network. That's right, MBR.
Yes.
It was wild tonight, man, because I was out at, I guess I'll say their name, Chili's.
Chile.
Having food since I got back in town this evening.
Right.
And sat at the bar, had my little dinner meal, watching the game.
Chili's got it going right now.
Yeah, right now, right? And so, I realized God will put you in places. To be honest, I don't like to go places by myself.
Right.
I have a conscious issue of like, what are they thinking about me? That look at this loner, how your mind play tricks on you.
Oh man.
So I have that, still managing that. But today I felt confident. Like, I'm hungry. I got this gift card. Let me go get something to eat. So I go sit at the bar. I'm chilling. I sit between this older lady here and a Hispanic lady over here to my left. And she was, how you can hear somebody sniffling. So I'm thinking like, is she sick? Like, is her nose running or like what's going on, right? So I kind of like glance over and she's wiping her face and she's crying.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, okay. So then another gentleman comes and sit next to her, order his food, and hey, are you okay?
Yeah, he noticed the same.
Yeah,
thing.
the same thing, right? So he's
right.
like, you okay? And she's like, no, I'm fine. So I waited a few minutes and I leaned over and said, I heard the same thing.
Right.
But I didn't say anything. I said, are you okay? She's like, I'm fine. I said, is there anything you need to say? She's like, she looked like she almost wanted to say something. She's like, no, I'm okay. I said, you know what? I said, this is just a test of your faith. I said, sometimes we go through things in life that test our faith. I said, and it's not what you do, it's who you get to be about that.
Right.
And she was like, thank you.
Right.
And
She absorbed it.
She absorbed it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm eating. She's still crying over it, bro. She's still going. The other dude's like, hey, you sure you're okay?
Yeah,
Like,
you really got something to
like,
say.
right?
Definitely, of course.
Beautiful.
That's why you're here.
But she goes away. You know, I pray that whatever, you know, we able to share with her, you know, gave her the space to kind of rethink whatever she's dealing with. Then I talked to the gentleman. I'm like, hey, he's like, yeah. I'm like, man, it could be anything.
Right.
You know, the government shutdown, that she could be a part of that.
Yeah, that's huge.
All the EBT stuff, like, you don't know what people are dealing with today, man.
Definitely. It could have been an ICE raid. It could have been, you know, just your
Anything,
everyday
right?
stuff, right? It's the end of the month. Just the thought of what's coming in the and the process of, you know, rent, bills, life. You're
right,
like,
you
wow,
know?
it could have been a bit much, right?
Crazy.
Or it could have been the old traditional. She cheated. He left. And yeah.
Oh, you trying to get in on Robert's segment. You trying to get in the zone love connection.
The love connection. Yeah, connect the dots, baby. Yeah.
But regardless, it was like, you know what? It felt good to be able to sit there and, like, you know, notice somebody's dealing with something. And then me and the other dude start talking about life, and he said, so let me ask you, are you okay?
Right.
And I was like, you know what, I'm good, but this is what I'm dealing with. So he allowed me to say what I was dealing with, coming from my piece, right? So then we start connecting on the father conversation, and his daughter, what he dealing with, and that's just as men. And so shouts out to my friend, I don't even get his name, but I gave him my number and gave him the stuff to listen to for us tonight. But you know, that stuff like that happens, and then I'm getting ready to pay the bill with my little gift card, and the manager comes because they're having difficulties translating it. It was actually like a Visa card, not a gift card. So that's how he was putting it in the system.
Yeah, definitely.
But the manager came up and saw my cut and was like, he was a veteran.
Yeah.
And we're sharing this stuff, and I'm like, bro, you know, how's your transition? He's like, oh, it was good, but hadn't really got his benefits.
Wow.
I'm like, I got somebody that's helping with benefits. So,
Yeah.
bro, tonight was just like,
Perfect.
out of all the stuff I dealt with on my own, my family issues, and then to sit there and have dinner, have the confidence, and then life around you's happening, and you can still be like, that felt good, man.
Definitely.
That felt
you
good.
You felt some success out of that you know, some things can still align
Yeah.
in a tough moment. And what I took from, you know, what you just talked about was like, you know, just kind of being resilient in a moment of despair. You never know. Like, you know,
And
that was you were going through something emotionally. You know, everyone was going through something that you talked about in that story. Everyone was going through something, but expressing it differently.
Right.
Yeah. And how they tried, and then how you allowed yourself to be leaned on a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Even though you were going through something.
Yeah.
So these little forms of adversity, you know, that people allow themselves to still be available for others too in the process. So that all those little things right there are like just great a testament to being resilient and having great character. You know what I mean?
Black, Hispanic, white.
Yeah.
Like, we're people, man, dealing with all kind of stuff. That's life
Definitely,
right there in the fullest.
Definitely.
In different aspects, man.
Definitely.
I'm not here tonight by myself. You hear the guy on the mic. Coach is in the building tonight, man. What's happening,
you know
man?
What it is, man. I had to pop out. I had to pop out. Sometimes you gotta pop out.
Sometimes you gotta pop
out. Yeah. It's always good to be in the building, and it's just, you know, it's a lot going on, man. And in that regard, I like to come give my piece, man. You know? It's a lot. It's a big time transition going on in the sports world. It's a lot to talk about there. But just tonight, man, just the energy's right. So I was like, hey, you know, let me get in the studio. Plus, I'm back in town, so it's you know, it's good.
You been good?
It's a good night now, man. Everything's
I know
good.
you've been-
Everything's
your
great. Working on the
schedule's been
projects.
Off the
you know?
chain.
Yeah, working on the projects. Everything's been good. The music is good. Coaching's good. You know, we had a pretty good season over at Mater Dei this year with the girls' flag. Some transitions happened. Some really good things for those girls, highs and lows, but a lot of winning going on.
Yeah.
A lot, you know, fighting through tough moments, but they learned to be football players, I think, this off season, and they took that into the season, and they went pretty far. We just ran into a lot. We had a young team. A lot of people didn't know that at Mater Dei we had a really, really young team. We had a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing varsity, and those girls who were our varsity players were just really, carrying a large load and doing a lot, you know what I mean? And so we came up against some juggernauts and even some lower level teams that were pretty good because they had upperclassmen on their team.
Oh, yeah.
We had a great year. But I'm here tonight, man, so we can talk a little more about tackle football, man. It's exciting. It's playoff time, man. It's playoff time, and I'm just excited to get into it and talk to some of the guys that we have on tonight.
Man, thank you again for coming to hang out on today. It's a different dynamic when you're in person, bro. Just, you know that.
Yeah,
you ain't brand new. You know that. So check this out. We're going to play a PSA right quick. This is the Farron Dozier Show on KCA Radio, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. We are waiting for the party of three in the zone is on his way. So just look for him any moment now. He'll be here on the deck as well. What happened? You want me to just do the PSA myself? Yeah. This episode is brought to you by WDC on SCT.org. If you need information about sickle cell trait, go to WDCONSCT.org. I experienced sickle cell trait exertion with rhabdomyolysis. If you've been looking in the news, you've seen athletes, military personnel collapse, and some have died from complications of sickle cell trait and rhabdomyolysis. It is a very, very important conversation. I experienced that myself. I had all of the other symptoms except for the cardiac arrest. That ended my military career. That was the spiral into depression and anxiety and suicide ideation and all the different identity crises that a lot of us deal with, not just veterans, but athletes as well. Coach, I know you can relate to that in that transition of what's next when those careers come to an end. But I didn't leave it there. God showed me that, that sickle cell trait is not just a DNA gene that I gave you, but you have a voice in that conversation. So the identity became an advocate for sickle cell trait. So that's my foundation. This is what this episode is brought to you by. And we're moving forward with the conversation around rhabdo. Anybody can experience rhabdomyolysis. Inherited genes can be a trigger. Cholesterol medication, statin drugs, other DNA issues, other muscular disorders that could be laying dormant in the person's body, man, and they don't even know that they got a muscle issue and they're out there exercising, playing sports, and then it triggers. Right, and so I'm gonna be moving that conversation forward. As I mentioned, I got 2 meetings, important meetings this coming week, Monday and Thursday, in the community here of the Inland Empire. And so, just be aware that is something for me that is important. It's connected to hydration because dehydration can happen as well, can trigger that. So WDCONSCT.org or www.rabdo.info for more information. That is a live PSA right here on the fly on the Farron Dozier Show. We got Heme Factor. We got In the Zone coming up. Let's just go right into the guest, man, since we got somebody. No, hold on. I wanted to play a tune real quick. Let's play something. Let me play this.
No, while you're catching that tune,
yeah.
It's funny you said that because actually as you were going through what you were talking about, I had one college teammate. When I took the JUCO route, I had a college teammate, and he had to actually walk away from the game because he later found out he had a heart issue.
Yeah.
And what they call a heart murmur. That was a dormant issue that he had in his body and didn't find out until he was in college. So, ladies and gentlemen, student athletes, please get checked. You know what I mean? Listen to what he was talking about. It is serious. As healthy as we can be walking around, you just never know. So those are just small things that can help you have a long career. So that's a great point.
For sure, man. Thanks for that, man. If you've got any kind of questions, you can hit me up at Farron Dozier, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We got the trait doctor, Dr. Maisha, who's on my board. We are out here just helping make sure that, as you said, athletes stay healthy, man. Let's play that.
But it do work. Until you met him, you can never know your true worth. I keep it 100. Some of y'all love it. Some of y'all don't, but I ain't finna change nothing. G-O-M. We gon' keep it coming. If it's hating, you the only one that does it. Homie, you can hate me, but you ain't getting no hate back. You get no hate back. Homie, you can hate me, but you ain't getting no hate back. Cause all the hating in the world won't make me a hater. All the hating in the world won't make me a hater. All the hating in the world won't make me a hater. All the hating in the world won't make me a hater. All the hating in the world won't make me a hater. Born sinner, I came with a flaw. I'm finna see the light. I was raised in the dark, but he came for the loss and he paid on the cross. I'm a servant of the king and I bang for the cause. You say you ain't a Christian, alright, cool. And you can't rock with it cause it's not true. But Game rock red, Snoop rock blue. You ain't never bang in your life, but you caught two. Just saying, y'all be acting funny though. First I'm a hater cause I'm broke and my money low. Find out I made a couple hundred on the low, now they like so. I thought it was God over money though. Hate it when I'm paid, hate it when I'm broke. They hating on my faith, hating on my folk. See them drown in the middle of the ocean. When you pull up, they be hating on your boat. Homie, you can hate me, but you ain't getting no hate back. You get no hate back.
That's Bizzle, ladies and gentlemen. Bizzle, no hate, featuring Bumped INF.
I like it. I like it. That was a fire track. No hate.
That's right?
No hate. No hate for me. You don't get no hate over here for me, man. That was kind of fast.
It's
Fire.
Sunday. It's Sunday night, right?
Fire. A little fire track. You know what I mean? It was mustard on the beat, but it might have been custard on the beat. But either way, it was on the beat. You know what I mean?
I'm going to say this. Check this out. For those of you who believe that you have haters out there, I like this track because guess what? Your own subconscious mind could be your biggest hater.
Definitely.
Right? So if you focus on the haters and all that, and now here we know that's a conversation in the world, but in the spiritual context, there are no haters in the spiritual context. You're supposed to love your enemies, turn the other cheek. Those are real life spiritual contexts. However, when you understand your brain science, your subconscious mind will be the biggest hater to tell you better not do that, you can't do that. It will remind you of your past experiences. That's real. That's what the Bible talks about.
Right.
Okay. That's what the biblical context is about that. No haters. Your subconscious mind. Sometimes it be you hating on yourself because you're trying to avoid what? Shame, embarrassment, disappointment. Those are real life experiences, and a lot of us deal with those. One is enough.
Definitely.
Avoiding disappointment is enough, but you trying to avoid shame and embarrassment and disappointment?
Right.
Nah, no haters around here, y'all.
Yeah.
We don't live that kind of life. Coach.
You know what it is, man.
Man.
Ready to get it live.
We about to get this next guest on, man. What?
Well, definitely, man. You know, we tonight we're gonna bring on a couple gentlemen, man, because this program has just been rocking, you know, and I think they're gonna have a great opportunity to do something special. I think Charter Oak was the last school that had an opportunity to do something like this on this level.
Yeah.
And but they got a small challenge ahead of them, you know. And with this challenge, I think that it was worthwhile to talk about, and definitely it was worth getting these guys on to talk a little bit more about their personal seasons.
Yeah.
You know, which was important, you know, especially for my guy Andrew. I think that it's important that he talk a little bit about the importance of the position that he has and what he's doing and how he's going to be able to contribute to the Upland team as well. So let's get Andrew on and let's see. Do we have Andrew in the queue? Oh, perfect. There we go.
What's happening?
What's up, coaches? How you doing?
All right. How you been?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, man. Thanks for hanging out tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Cool. Do us a favor, man. Introduce yourself, and we'll get started.
I'm Andrew Valenzuela, class of 2026. I play linebacker, running back at Upland High School, and just glad to be here.
You know, we appreciate you again for accepting the invitation, you know, through Coach, man. We love to have players, not just our point of view, but for some real live, right, perspective from yourself. So, you know, this season so far compared to last season, for yourself, what did you develop that you know, looking back at last season, like, hey, you know what, I want to improve in this area, and did you improve in that?
This season, I really want to improve on getting more involved with the team. I felt like throughout the season, I have done that. And being a good teammate, too, contributing in any way I can, helping the guys out that are down, or just trying to get the team better overall so we can all be together. And just honestly, this season's been rocky, but it's just plan from God. But overall, we're trying to find the way.
When you describe it as rocky for yourself, what do you see that's the rocky part, if you could say?
For me, that's rocky is just mainly getting in our heads, trying to getting too comfortable in certain areas, and we haven't been able to finish. But we're trying to improve on that during this playoff season. So hopefully we can do that.
Yeah, I think that would be a real life experience, right? Because you can get complacent, right? You can think you got it all figured out, and then that other team is looking at your play, at your film, right? And they're coming up with some strategic, you know, things that to combat your offense and defense. So, is that what you see, Coach? Does that happen a lot, man?
Oh, definitely, definitely. When you see teams that have been out, right, and these two teams particularly are from the same area, right? These guys, they see each other quite a bit, right? And when I say these two teams, I meant the team that they're going to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But in this area, right, the IE, these teams see each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
Even though they're spaced out, these kids kind of have grown up together, just like any other area playing youth sports and all that type of stuff together. So it's not only probably senior year for him, but it's senior year for a couple other guys, right? So that scouting report really counts, and so like Andrew, give us a little bit more of who you are, in the position that you play. You say that, so because that middle linebacker and that running back, you go from kind of being the core of the defense, right? Like in the middle, not saying you carrying the load alone, meaning sitting there and having the opportunity to, really guide the defense, right? Filling gaps, then you're popping out, and on the flip side, you're having to carry the load at running back and kind of hitting those holes, hitting those gaps, hitting those holes, hitting those gaps. So tell us how it feels to have to carry that load and win, lose, or draw. How does it feel to have to, take that responsibility?
I feel a little pressure most of the times, but I feel like I trust my guys around me to make plays as well. Even it's not all on me, but sometimes it can be like that. But I just got to deal with it.
Right. I mean, when you got a guy like, big Oscar blocking for you, I don't know how hard that could be. But, when I call my segment the heme factor, because to me, when you got the heme factor, right, when you're heme, you're it, right? You got the it factor. I mean, and we can tell you're a little nervous. Relax. It's okay. You're talking with, it's just like talking with family right now. No one's here to judge you. You don't have to be perfect. You're perfect by showing up, right?
Yeah.
So relax. It's cool, man. The things that we want to hear from you is really you. We want the people to get a chance to know you and what the Upland program is about. So you've been at Upland all 4 years as well, right?
Yes.
So how has it been watching, that team have a large amount of success, especially for the area, and then kind of comparing it to how it feels this year and what you can do to get it in that, that momentum one more time?
Watching all 4 years has been hard, seeing it kind of go downhill, but hopefully this team and my leadership can hopefully get us in a winning position, especially in the D6 playoff. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, the thing I would say is the last thing before I pass you over to my guy Rob and get you in the zone is you guys do have this again. You guys have this game against, Los Altos. And to me, you go, if they were telling me on paper, like, hey, Los Altos plays Upland, I'd be like, oh, Upland. I mean, that's just
exactly.
me. No disrespect to Los Altos.
This isn't 20 years ago.
But listen, I've been hearing all year long that Los Altos was going to win the division and have a good run.
They did.
All right, and they did that. But I got a feeling that come Friday night, Upland is going to change the dynamics of that. So before I pass you over, man, thank you for being with us tonight. It's all about you having another opportunity. And Oscar, we want to get to you as well, just kind of get some insight on you with what you have. You guys are like close friends and brothers. I met you guys at the same time, so I kind of want to get some insight on what you guys want to see for Upland out of the playoffs. But let's get you in the zone with Coach Lamar.
What's going on, youngster?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm a little tired. I had a heck of a weekend. One of those things where, we went up with the Dodgers yesterday.
Oh, my God.
I haven't even announced this. I'm going to start a pronoun on how I'm going to be addressed. First name Julio.
Last name?
It's just going to be Julio. That dude is a Dodger LA legend now. Yeah. Did you see what he did last night when we was dead?
Yeah. No.
Man.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT of the city right now, man. And then on top of all that defensive play, man, you need to pay attention, bro. There's gonna be a lot of kids that's gonna be named Julio Shohan Hernandez. The next 20 years, everybody gonna be like, "Wait a minute, why is this so popular?" Shoot, your parents are Dodger fans. That's why.
God.
It's going down.
Sorry to hear that.
Check this out. Shut up. This dude says, "Sorry to hear that." We don't tolerate any Dodger slander over here. But going back to Upland, so you guys had a tough year, 2 wins. And like you said, I can hear in your voice how disappointed you are because obviously there's a lot of expectations overseas because you come from a program where expectations of winning is expected. You grew up watching the Justin Flo era. And that's what you guys wanted to maintain, and you feel like you didn't maintain that. You and your boy, because we had him last week, we understand how you guys feel. It's tough. It's tough. You guys lose players from your neighborhood to other schools. That's tough. You have to deal with that. And there's a lot of pressure. This is your senior year. But nevertheless, even though you guys got 2 wins, you guys got a pretty – even though you're playing against an undefeated team, you guys got a pretty good draw here to the point where the community kind of feels like you guys actually might be a problem in this bracket.
Yeah.
You guys have a chance to run the table. See, now you get excited thinking about that, right? You feeling me, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, knowing that you guys actually have a chance to change the narrative of your senior year and run it up?
And I'm excited trying to change the narrative to be a CIF championship. It would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Grateful for the opportunity that they gave us. They messed up kind of.
Tell them, man. Tell them. I mean, that's the beauty of playoffs. Win or go home. There ain't nothing else to it. If you lose, you're going to be reflecting about your whole 4 years. Yeah. And it's painful. It's painful when you got to go home. I've been there. I went home my senior year, and that was painful. But the person who sent me home was an all-pro, like strong safety for the 49ers and all, Deshaun Golston. I hate him to this day. Even though it's bang bang Niner game.
I need to play Ain't No Haters no more again one more time.
You know what? You could do that just for the hate, but whatever. But
shout out my boy DG, Deshaun Golston. Hey, that's my boy. Deshaun Golston is my bro. We got business. That's my bro.
He's a good dude, man. He's coaching. He's back at Narbonne. I don't know if he's there now. Is he still at Narbonne?
No. He went over to. He was actually with us at Calabasas.
He went to Calabasas.
And then he took off and went and started coaching for. He's coaching for the Niners, and then he's at the Chargers right now.
Wow.
And now he's starting a youth program in the Valley called San Fernando Valley Chargers.
That's crazy.
So we'll talk
That's
about
a baller,
We'll
man.
talk about it. You know Coach Will, I'm everywhere. You already know I'm everywhere.
We're old, man. We've been there. We played against a lot of people, but it's all good, though. Like, I have my little YN era. Y'all can have that. But nevertheless, thinking about this matchup, you've kind of seen the film. Where do you feel like you can excel exploiting their offense?
Mainly, they're a low line. We can really expose them for being a 10-0 team. We can really do some damage against their O-line, the run game. And they have some good skilled players, but I put my guys over them any day of the week.
For sure.
That part.
Hey, and you know what? And we're going to make sure we don't play this until next week so we don't give them we don't give them no board review, and give them no bulletin.
No bulletin.
Yeah, we don't want to get them fired up.
I don't think he cares.
But let me ask, so Oscar, let's ask you, while you're in the room, ask you how you can piggyback off of that. How do you feel about what he said about where are some things that you feel you're going to be able to do to really capitalize without giving away game plan, without talking about things that you guys are discussing in your room? What are some things you feel like you can do and Upland's going to do to be able to change the perspective, guys?
Once again, thank you for having me on, but I definitely agree with Gordo. I think we could exploit their offensive line. I think our defense line is by far the most underrated in the baseline, the most underrated in the Inland Empire. We got guys from the nose to the defensive end position everywhere. Even our backers are dogs. Like, I really believe in this group, and I agree with Gordo. They definitely messed up letting us in the playoffs. We're gonna do some. We're gonna wreak some havoc. We're gonna get some work.
That's right. That's the
I
see,
like
that's the
that
energy.
attitude.
Yeah, that's the energy.
I like
love.
the way they
All right.
talking.
I love it.
I feel
All
like y'all gonna smack them up. And
That's right.
and the crazy part is, I feel like when you guys running up on them, everybody's like, "Oh, Upland did that," and y'all like, "Yeah, this is what we do," type of deal.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's a part of that because he's a two-way guy.
yeah,
He's a
well, both of them being two-way guys. See that, and that's what I love, about their opportunity. A big part of why I thought it was important to get these two guys on to represent Upland was because they're two-way guys. They're gritty players, though, right?
Yeah.
And when you talk about a team like Upland that's had a tough season, and that's not the norm for them. That's not who they. You give guys like these leaders a chance to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. Talk about your program because you do have great coaches. Oscar, you mentioned having great leadership with your coaches and things like that. So this is not only about just you guys as individuals. It's also about you guys in your program and what that program has helped do for you as young men and players.
Yeah.
So before we get you guys going, I do want to ask you one more time, what are some things you want to do short term and then going into your future after football, within football? Like, what are some things you want to accomplish for the rest of the season? Maybe you want to get 5 more sacks during the playoffs, whatever it may be. And then what do you feel you would like to do to transition to the next level? Whether it's D1, D2, D3, do you just want to play football, JUCO? What do you see yourself doing in the short way?
Definitely. I think that for me, a short-term goal would be right now I'm at 8 sacks. I want to hit 10 sacks on the year. I'm at 15 TFLs, trying to hit that 20 TFL mark. But we're going to take this thing 1 week at a time. Right now we go Los Altos. I'm going to watch their film, watch how the O-line pass sets, if they got low hands, high hands. I'm going to do my best to make sure that I can take advantage of every opportunity once I'm on the field.
That's what a leader says right there.
Gordo, what about you?
What's the question again?
What are some things you would like to do? Like, what are some short-term goals right now to complete the season? And then what are some long-term goals within the short term, right after season, going into college? Maybe it's JUCO, D1, D2, D3. Where do you see yourself, carrying on the torch with the sport?
Trying to finish second team baseline league all team. Hopefully that will give me some recognition into going to college. But for now, I'm just trying to rack up as many stats as I could this playoff.
Yeah.
This playoff run.
Winning league awards can always help you set a legacy. But before we get you guys out of here, Coach Farron, do you have anything else?
No, we're not done. Are we done?
No, not done. I was just saying anything else, what I mean?
No, I mean, for me, ultimately, like I said, Coach was addressing the short-term goals, long-term goals. My conversation in my fourth down is always that mental toughness. Rob, gave you some background, some insights, some legendary accomplishment, and now you have an opportunity. It's your turn, right? It's your turn to turn this table around. For each one of you gentlemen's mental toughness, how important is that for you leading into this game coming up, mindset-wise?
Mindset-wise is definitely important. I think that a lot of the guys on our team are two-way guys, and that definitely the injuries rack up throughout the week. But a lot of us just have to push through it, persevere, especially the senior captains who this is their last year. It might be the last time putting on pads. It's hard, but we got to fight through it. Especially since they gave us a chance at playoffs, we have to give it everything we have.
No doubt.
Man,
that's what's up right there. My money's on y'all. We're not allowed to bet, but if we did,
thank you.
We serious about that. We get it. We've seen a lot of football over the years. I mean, a lot. So we understand matchups, and we, like you guys said, in regards to exploiting that line, we believe that you can. So, you said oh, he go by Gordo. That's his name. Hey, so check this out, Brody. I just need to ask a question for you. Do you got a girlfriend, bro?
You said what?
Do you have a girlfriend currently? Good job.
Always focused on football right now.
Good job.
Focus on football.
That's a great answer because they're not worth a damn. I'm sorry, I can't say that.
You can't
right?
say that.
Okay, it's the truth. It's the truth. They're really not. I mean, you're the man. They're secondary, and they always will be secondary. That's just all it is to it.
Got to stay focused.
Got to stay focused.
What he's saying is you got to stay focused. Don't sidetrack you, and we'll get you right. Nah, man, we appreciate you Upland guys coming on, man, representing your program with great pride, speaking well, very educated young men, and we're looking forward to supporting you guys. It's we don't lean on the deck either way, but, a lot of times when we see what we see, we know football, we know good men, good young men who are well coached, and we really appreciate you guys coming on the deck tonight.
Thank you for having us, Coach. It was a blessing as always, and hopefully we could get on the show once again at a later time.
Definitely. We're going to try to bring you guys in when you win those playoff games.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much love. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Yeah, man. Super amazing young man. That was a great opportunity to tap in with the program that I think is great. When they lost Castro this year, I think that was one of the last big name players
to come
right?
out of
you know
there.
What I mean? Yeah, like he's suiting up right now at USC, right?
Yes.
So we're talking about
Shout out to Tristan Castro.
Yeah, I mean a guy, right? So we just look at and their families are all close.
Oh yeah,
it's fun. So their families are all
absolutely
all real close.
Yeah.
And they all hang out. So I think it's some great opportunities. But I want to talk a little bit more about another area. You know what I mean? We have a great young man coming on. Real gritty type of player. Another hard nosed type of guy. Plays the linebacker position over at La Habra. This young man came in initially. He was at Lucerna.
Oh.
He was at Lucerna. So
he's used to winning.
Yeah, so he's used to winning. Yeah, definitely, right? So this young man, and see the thing about this kid is I just been watching him, right? I know dogs when I see a dog.
You do.
I know a dog when I see a dog.
We got one right here.
Hey, this dude he caught my attention. Swag. Right, the swag. He had the swag with it. He had the swag. The swag added to it. But no, he carried himself the right way.
Yeah.
And then in the off season, I'm doing Dream Life, and I need someone to run the middle of the defense. And so this guy caught my attention, jumped off the radar. But he was at Lucerna, and
so
I
it's
know
just like this year's Micah.
Well, he would have been. He would have been. Had he joined, he would have been. Right? He would have been. But he was at Lucerna doing great things, and he transferred over to La Habra.
Okay.
And I wanted to mention that so that way he didn't feel the pressure, or no one could say, we don't want with all the stuff going on in CIF. I don't want these kids talking about anything that's transfer related.
Right now, man.
That's transfer related. We want to keep all parties protected and safe. But Sonny, thank you for joining us tonight, and go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man.
Hi, thank you guys for having me. Able to come talk about me and my boys at La Habra. Thank you for getting the little Lucerna part out of the way first. Yeah,
I got you. They don't even know. That wasn't planned, but I just had a feeling. I was like, let me take care of that for
him. Yeah.
But yeah, man, tell the people, introduce yourself just so that the audience can know who you are. We know who you are, but we want the people. You are live on radio, so we want the people to know who you are.
Well, my name's Sonny. I play backer / D end. A little bit of wing back at La Habra right now, but I mean, I put my nose on the ground, hit the hell of everybody that's in front of me, and I just come to play. I'm a team player, and know my assignment, know what to do, anything to help my team win.
Sonny, man, we again thank you for the invitation, accepting our invitation to come out and hang out with us tonight on the deck, man. Give us some background. Give us some young Sonny growing up in the football world, man. When did that start for you?
Uncle started playing when he was a little older than me. I always looked up to my uncle. Then really got me into it. I started when I was 4. I played for Whittier Redskins. We didn't have the great program that other youth teams do.
Yeah.
So I always grew up as I got to work the hardest on the team. I was always the best, but I always had to work the hardest to like try to do best for myself. I feel like that's what really got me into like the hard working and good things come out of it.
Yeah. I'm a family guy, man. So what do we want to shout out your parents, man? What do you want to shout out to moms, pops,
Always.
uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers? What do you want
Yes,
to say
sir.
for your family, man? That support.
Everything appreciated to my family. They pushed me 100%. If I didn't have them, I couldn't have done it myself.
Yeah. And lastly, for me, man, my mental toughness conversation across the board. How important is that to you? And who do you feel you learned that or developed that from in this football world?
Probably one of my coaches. He came from the Army.
Who?
His name's Coach Javi, one of my youth coaches. Worked me like crazy if I wasn't doing the right thing and I was slacking off. He knew I was the best on the team, but littlest thing, not doing one more rep than the other people, he would get on me.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm a retired Army veteran myself, man. So I definitely can get that side of the field. So I'm gonna
Yes,
give you
sir.
to In the Zone right now, man. Robert Lamar, what's happening, man?
What it do, baller?
How you doing, Coach?
Hey, how about that game last night? Are you a Dodger fan or no?
A little bit. I mean, I
Okay.
watch baseball here and there, but
Right.
I was obviously watching the team. I'm a LA
No
kid,
pressure.
so
No pressure.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
that mess was
No
wild.
pressure
No
at all.
pressure at all.
Yeah, we don't pressure nobody to
Yeah.
be Dodger
I mean,
fans
yeah,
or
yeah,
Niner
but-
fans. Just
Wait,
either one.
wait a
Yeah.
minute here. Wait a minute.
You choose.
No. If you know football, then you would like to be a Niner fan. Bang bang Niner game. Bang bang. Oh, dude.
Yeah, he
shaking
says
his-
no.
Go
He says
Rams.
Oh,
Rams.
look at
Go
it.
Ah, there you go.
I love it.
You know what? I'm gonna let that ride. It's okay. So you came up during the Redskins system, correct?
Yes, sir.
So did you play in the state championship last year, or were you?
Or the Lucerna one?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
So I just want you to talk about that. Like you said, so you didn't come from a big program. You came from a very localized program. And a lot of your bros came from that program too. And to think that you didn't play for like the OG Ducks, the OC Buckeyes, all these big time teams, the Pomona Steelers, you didn't do none of that. But nevertheless, you and your homies brought home a state title for the city. How special is that, like reflecting that, like, dang, we really did that like in our small little city. Whittier is not a small city, but you know, you could take 20 minutes to get out of Whittier, but just from like your organization, Pop Warner wise, or youth football, it's not a known program like you said. But nevertheless, you guys did what not many can do, and that's actually bring home a state title to the city. How proud are you, like thinking about that, knowing all the years that went into that moment?
Right. So that was my freshman year, and like I did get pulled up at the end of the season, but it was like 10 of my guys that got pulled up, and we were a huge impact on that team. But they had guys like Owen Long on the field, and I mean, there's
smooth.
nobody. Yeah, that guy's doing his thing in college too.
Yeah.
They had just guys on guys. CJ Cerrone. That whole team was just put together. But us coming up as freshmen, we didn't really think too much of it. I did get my chance on kickoff to go out there and like at least get some varsity playing time.
Yeah.
And I took advantage of it. But to see those guys and to see like what it's like to go out there and play in 10 plus games instead of just playing the 10 games is way different, especially going all the way. And I got a ring. I got two actually. So
that's right.
I mean, got to add more to the collection.
We actually talked about you guys and your run here on this show. We actually talked about it, and you know there was a big. Coach Will put a really big emphasis on your program, and how a lot of you guys are homegrown, and we live in an era where homegrown talent isn't really a thing so much anymore. So that's what makes you guys' title very special. Very, very special is that you guys actually did it for the home turf. And that's something that you should always be proud of, because we were definitely proud to be able to talk about that here. So I can only imagine how it felt to actually contribute to that type of, moment for your program, for your city, for everything, for yourself. So now you moved on to what's is considered a bigger program, La Harbor. La Harbor has a lot of tradition, and you found that out once you got there. They haven't really been scrubs like throughout their whole time. Like they play big boy football.
They do. I agree.
And you guys are in a very big boy bracket.
Yeah.
But you guys are. They feel like you guys can make some noise in that bracket, knowing everything that you got going on here. You play like a team that you guys might be familiar with in El Modena. Oh, yeah. They have some guys every now and then, but nevertheless, I think you guys should be able to get past that.
Yeah.
But then you might have Cathedral waiting for
Western,
you.
either or.
Or Western. I mean, Western, what do? They score like, 50 points a game type of deal?
They don't win games.
That's what Western do, right?
Yeah, they score points.
So, I mean, you guys got it. And then Long Beach, Wilson's in there. They won the Moore League. First team outside of Poly to do that. And Oaks Christian, St. Bonnie, Westlake, who was undefeated. And
Cajon.
then you got Cajon, which we had the quarterback here, Marcus Washington Jr.
Yeah. Bishop Diego, who's back.
Well, yeah.
Charter Okemir. I love it.
It's a crazy bracket. We're just going through this bracket. It's just like, knowing that you got a gauntlet to basically win CIF, what is the mind framing going towards this possible journey of yours?
It's always one game at a time, 1-0 a week. That's how we want to go based off. As long as there's one team in front of us, that's the team we're going to focus on. It all starts in the film room. We go through film every day, to film on them, film on practice, what we can correct. We have a great coach under Coach Mo. He's a very smart guy, knows. I don't know what he doesn't know about football, but he honestly just has the game plan ready for us and on whoever we play.
That's real.
Yeah, and I mean with you, like Coach Will asks, when it comes to playoffs, you got goals and then you got playoff goals. There's levels to it. I mean,
right.
When it comes to playoffs, you're playing for like survival. And greatness comes out of that type of survival. You never want to look ahead, but nevertheless, you can't help it but to think of the impact that you want to make. What type of impact are you looking to make going into all these playoff games? Like, what do you feel that is sufficient for how you want to perform in these last games that you guys are having during this playoff run?
Right. I came in very late into very on the early start of the season. I wasn't really known by many of my peers now, but I was very welcomed around. Starting in the playoff, I want to make a huge impact with knowing what I do and what I can bring. I want to change the scheme of other offenses to have an effect on how they're going to play against me. I want to be double teamed because, I want to open up gaps for my other people. It's not. I don't want to make it too easy when I have to go one-on-one with somebody. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not the biggest guy. I was going to say, I'm not the biggest guy. People look at me, oh, he's 5'11". He's not the biggest dude, but I like going against those big old guys. That's when I could really turn it on.
Yeah. That's
right. Get into their chest. They want to lean over.
Well, you know what it is. When you're not the tallest, what is it about? Leverage, hand movement, like all that stuff, and speed too. So, if you can use that against them, then you are creating a lot of problems. So it sounds like you are a problem. Like you're a problem over there. So that's dope. I mean, yeah, don't let that height thing fool you. I mean,
Right.
we had Monty at Saint where was he at? Who's the number one school in the St. Bosco? My bad. Yeah, we had Monty, and he was the Trinity Defensive Player of the Year at like 5'8", playing nose tackle.
Yeah, I get you, man. Yeah,
So I mean,
I got you.
it doesn't matter. Like you just gotta watch film.
Yeah,
What you need to do
Right.
is figure out who you're going against and figure out what their tendencies are.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can figure out how to exploit those tendencies. You'll be able to open up those opportunities for your team. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
You know, I like how you said you wanted to be, that guy that draws that double team to open up for your other players to get, looks and that. For me, I have my segment's called Fourth Down. We know on fourth down you're looking to stop the play, stop the ball, that. But mentally, where do your mind go on fourth down? Are you worried about what you're gonna have for dinner after the game, or what are you thinking about?
Who I can hit in the mouth. Where running backs coming in my hole.
Yeah, that's big right there.
Just
For real.
focused on.
Because that's how you stop. That's you gotta stuff it, man. You know what I mean? Fourth down, and they, you know what I mean. Mostly, think about the situation. Fourth down, inches, goal line.
Mm-hmm.
He's got, you know what I mean? That's exactly it right there.
It
Who am I
stops
about
here.
to hit? You know what I mean? I'm gonna stuff this hole. I'm gonna stuff this gap, and you know what I mean. Either I'm gonna make the tackle. I'm gonna lead to the person that's gonna make that tackle. As a player, even at corner, I used to think the same thing. I'm gonna set the edge and I'm gonna turn everything back inside. Like no matter what, I'm not letting nothing outside here. You know what I mean? And then that could turn into a tackle for loss.
Right.
Loss of 3, loss of 4. When you were only trying to stop them from getting 4 or 5, you took away 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So those things matter. So, but Sonny, some things that I wanted to talk about. Like, so you grew up in the Whittier program, right? The Whittier Redskin program. I
Yes,
know
sir.
I know
sir.
Delphina and all those people pretty good. Because I was gonna coach for the Whittier Redskins a couple years back. What middle school did you go to?
So I went at East Whittier for like 2 years.
Okay.
Played flag football like during recess, and I broke my jaw in like half.
Wow.
I like broke my jaw in half, and then like they're like, "Oh, you're not gonna be healed for 2 years." And then like I just had like school issues with like the middle school,
Yeah.
so I ended up going to Hillview. But I healed in like 6 months instead of 2 years, which I was honestly blessed.
And now you're back. At it.
Played my next football season, right back at it.
That's right. Yeah, no, I know a lot of kids that went to like Catherine Edwards, middle schools like that were local at the Whittier Redskin program. I know that you guys practice at Lucerna. I used to be at all the practices. So I know that, like, even though, like you mentioned, Rob, this kind of small, like the program, but they have a really, really rich program. They go from flag all the way up to your upper senior division, and they probably have about like 9 teams and they're full at every team. And that Whittier Redskin program is extremely prideful. I mean, they're extremely prideful. They do well in football and cheer in the Whittier area. So you did come from a good culture of football. You got Coach Good in youth, got Coach Good at Lucerna, and obviously I coach girls flag for Modern Day. So I was at practice. I was at your practice recently when we played La Habra and girls flag. And so I'm watching you guys warm up. I'm watching you guys practice. The Dynasty 7-on-7 coach as well. He's one of my guys. So that's one of my guys. Shout out to Coach. So I'm watching you guys warm up. I'm looking at how you guys are going about your process. You guys are not a small team by far. You got a big line up front. You guys got a big line up front. You guys got somebody that could, and you got some athletes. So in a short way, tell us what we are looking to see out of La Habra going into the playoffs, because I personally think that El Modena is getting the luxury of being in that place. Not saying they didn't work hard, but they're still riding the wave and the surfboard of last year's success. That's just my personal opinion. No disrespect. But I want to know what we're looking to see. And then again, what are going to be some things that we're going to see from you out of the playoffs?
This game and going into these playoffs, we're ready just to bring it. Our defense ready. We have a little everyday dinner with the defense, and we know we don't want points scored on us anymore. I know that was like a big thing during the season. We had, Korean Lutheran, which I was on. I didn't get to play against Korean Lutheran. I like sliced my finger open to like my bone. But I've been playing with a club recently.
Oh, look, you got the black
Oh,
glove.
that's a real G right there.
So I had to sit out one game due to my stitches. Next week on Monday, I was ready to go. Had my club ready.
I know that.
But we know what we want to do. We know where we want to be. I've never been not in a championship game in the playoffs with Lucerna. We've been in a championship game every year.
Right.
And I hope we can carry that on to over here at La Habra. I know it's a winning program. I went right when I got there, got into the locker room, seeing championships, guys on the wall from past that are in the NFL and went big. I mean, there's nothing that we see about losing, and we want to win. Team, yeah.
Nah, man, thank you, man. I wanted you to have this opportunity to really come on. We're going to definitely give the people a chance to not only hear from you, but see you as well. I wish you well. I have big faith in La Habra. I think that you guys are doing well. I think that you guys will definitely get out of the first round. You guys are in a juggernaut and a gauntlet of a playoff bracket, but I think it definitely is one of the toughest ones. But again, football is not played on paper. You got to line it up. So I like Cathedral. I know a lot of those players. I like Western. I know a lot of those players. I love what Long Beach Wilson did this year with, but they lost a lot of players. And so for Long Beach Wilson to do what they did with losing all those players, a lot of the magic, I think, was set. Muir had a magical season. Bishop Diego had a bounce-back season. It's a lot of magic all over the place, but look at La Harbor's right there, right? Putting it down, putting in the work, played the tough schedule, played gritty. La Harbor kids, you guys are doing things the right way. So I really see you guys getting out of the first round, second round, and I'm looking forward to the success that you guys have. But, Sonny, I want to see you making noise. I want highlights on highlights on highlights from Sonny. You play every down like it's your last, and you and you bring it home, all right?
Yes, sir.
Sonny, man, we thank you for hanging out with us tonight, man. We appreciate
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate it.
Good luck to you, Sonny.
Gonna see a ring in 4 weeks.
Let's go.
All right.
Thank you guys.
This is the Farron Dozier Show on KCA Radio 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. As Prospective Media. Be a guest. Shout out to What's the Count.
KCAA.